Howdy, everyone. Hope everything's working correctly. I am using a new program I've never used before for this live stream, and it's using my Twitch chat and streaming on YouTube. So this is awkward. I'll have to figure out why it's pulling up the Twitch chat and YouTube stream. However, I guess we'll just pull this up here. I think everything is working on YouTube's end. Everyone can see everything and hear me okay. Let's try this chat. YouTube. All right, there we go. I think that's the right one. I'll have to reconfigure this. I used to use Twitch. I've kind of given up on Twitch at the moment. Decided if I stream, I'll stream on my YouTube channel. Why not? Have a bigger audience there. I am too lazy to try to build up a Twitch following. Plus, I don't like the platform. Alrighty, let's get this going. I'm just going to do a Ravnica sealed. I've done a couple of these on Arena already. And then if Friday Night Magic decides to actually people show up for it, then I'm going to have to hop off and actually play FNM here. But anyway, no one's at the store right now. Usually this is what happens before midnight pre-releases is people come, they don't come for FNM. They'll come for the midnight pre-release instead. So we'll go ahead and open these up and see what we get. Let me know if the sounds are okay, too. Like I said, I've never used this program before. So this is a pretty good pool. This is a very good pool. So Etrata is like one of the toughest cards to beat in this limited format. It dodges a couple of the 4 damage spells. It can die to the 5 damage spell. It can't be blocked, so of course it's a pretty aggressive. Like even a 3/3 for 4 mana that couldn't be blocked would be pretty good. We have an Overgrown Tomb in here. That's good for my going forward to build decks. Underrealm Lich also works with, like, I like going Golgari or I like going Dimir. Those are the two type of pairings, because usually you do have to splash a third color. I've seen some good Boros and good Celestia decks. I've had an Izzet deck that was really good too, but it was like, I think one of them, ended up splashing like Etrata. So, I mean, I'm sure we could go into like Dimir with these rares and then splash into Etrata because it's that good. The Dawn of Hope's actually a pretty solid rare too. Niv Mizzet, you got to think of this spell as like an 8 mana spell. It's tough. It's tough to cast in time. You're going to have to require a lot of lockets in the right colors and whatnot. Here's the issue with Sealed on Arena. It is the biggest cluster blank. I can't say the word, otherwise I got demonetized. In here, it just starts showing you a few cards here and there. I wish it could pile it up like MTGO. So let's look over the white. And the white has some aggressive, really aggressive 1-drops. I like the Hunted Witness, kind of like almost as good as a Doom Travel. I don't know, it's like, I don't know if I like a 1/1 flyer better or a 1/1 with lifelink. I'm thinking a 1/1 flyer is just superior to something with lifelink, but in Sealed, possibly that's not the case. There's a lot of 1 toughness creatures in this format, and so just the 1 power lifelink can trade up to a 2/1 is actually pretty good. These, of course, both these get better with Mentor. The Dawn of Hope, again, this is some great synergy we already got going with the Dawn of Hope. Illuminatus Bond is incredibly up. Zach's got me pizza. I'm going to eat while I stream because hey, quit begging for my pizza there. We've got, hey, look here, this is what a heretic I am. Pineapple on pizza. You guys can downvote me. Downvote me. I was okay with olives. You could have put olives on there. But, man, they packed this thing full of toppings already. So, you guys can downvote me, do whatever, because I like pineapples on my pizza. And you can all go to hell that don't like it. So anyway, back to what we're talking about here. I'm not a big fan of the Candlelight Vigil, but it's good to put on like a Healer's Hawk. Like, that's not a bad target. A Convoke is good, but we're kind of lacking on creatures. Locks on Restorer is an okay Convoke card as well. The Flying Vigilance Mentor is perfect with these 2 type of cards. Another Convoke 2/4 is okay if we had a lot of ways to convoke it out. Not a big fan of Maximize Altitude unless you can get a very powerful Izzet. I think this is a card that's going to be really good in Draft, and in Sealed it's actually pretty meh. All right, if we come over here to the blue, we have a Surveil counterspell, double mana, not what I want to be doing with splashing. Leapfrog, I'm not a big fan of. Vidalcan Mesmerist, I am a huge fan of this card because it is very aggressive, but it doesn't look like we have the ability to go aggressive in blue. Radical Idea is fine with Jumpstart. Passable Adept can work. I think this is one of the cards that would pair better with like a Simic. Just not... Yeah, there's some Dimir, or not some Dimir. I don't think it pairs well with Dimir. It pairs better with Definitely if there was Simic, and definitely is it for not being able to block. Selective Snare, I don't know how good this card is. I'm assuming not very good. Well, it is just like, sometimes you can get 2 creatures off of it, and you can actually turn your own creatures that have ETB abilities. Muse Drake, I haven't been very impressed with this card. I know Elvish Visionary, 2 more mana for a +0/+2 and flying. Yeah. 2 Deadweights, that is huge. Hired Poisoner, 2 Hired Poisoners, that is huge. So far, black is looking incredibly good. Necrotic Wound can work very well in Golgari. We have a Burglar Rat, which is fine. It replaces itself. Not a big fan of Vicious Rumors. 1 damage, each opponent discards card, then puts top card of the library into the graveyard. You gain 1 life. I'm just not, I don't think it's a big of an upside because you draw these late. It's not very good. We do have a Price of Fame, which is amazing. Deadly Visit, which is amazing. And Never Happens actually quite good in this format. Mephetic Vapors, unfortunately, it's a 1-game format. This is a sideboard card. If we're heavy into Surveil, which we're not, it could also be good. So really liking the black, but we kind of seem pretty light on this too. Probably means this pool has a lot of multicolored cards when we get over to that. A Fire Urchin with the Trample, +1/+0. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, it gets +1/+0. Okay, so a Wannabe Kiln Fiend. The Maniacal Rage it's a decent little +2/+2 on an enchantment. Direct Current, great card. Not a fan of Cosmotronic Wave unless, again, it's more of a sideboard that brings it in. Here, I'll quit. A lot of people get mad when I just scroll through cards like crazy, so I'll slow it down. Gravitic Punch. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target player. Jumpstart, very good fling type effect. This, again, feels more like a Dimir card to me. Of course, it's got, or not Dimir, Gruul card to me. It does have Jumpstart, but it's like, yeah, this would be something that would probably work better in like a Gruul strategy. Not a lot of big blue or red creatures. The Boar is fine. The Sergeant is also fine. A fine pick. The Hellkite Whelp is fine, but feels very filler. And the Command Storm is amazing. This is a very, very good card. So it doesn't look like Nimizet is going to be something that we're going to be able to cast efficiently so far. Now we're looking onto the green. Big fan of the green. The Vine is okay because you can always sacrifice itself to draw a card later on and have a 0/3 body to defend against Boros. Boros is very aggressive in this format. I've played the decks that go very far. Usually, like, I'll start off like 4 or 5-0 before I start getting the losses. And the decks that start to beat me are like a lot of times really, really good Grixis, like Dimir Splash Red or Is It Splash Black. Or Boros is just super aggressive in this format. It's funny because the rest of them aren't super aggressive, but then Boros is. So you always have to kind of worry about Boros. Iron Shell Beetle is a great 2/2 for 2. The Harpooner is an amazing 3/2 for 2, which can fight a flyer. Urban Utopia can help us splash for that blue. We have a District Guide, which can also help splash. We have Golgari Raiders, which is okay if we're surveilling and throwing stuff in the graveyard. The Generous Stray is fine just to draw a card. And the Wild Ceratox is fine as well as kind of a filler. So we are going to the multi, and it does look, yeah, holy cow, our pool had a ton of multi. So Lazav comes a top of target creature in your graveyard with converted mana cost X as Lazav. I don't know how well Lazav is. The Surveil 1 is fine. Like, this to me is an ability that isn't that great. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of the Surveil payoff. Like, we got a payoff here. We don't have a lot of enablers with it. We'd have Thought Erasure, which is also pretty good. We have Darkblade Agent. Yeah, that's unfortunate that we don't. Well, actually, Black did have quite a bit of Surveils. So it does look like Sultai. You're right, all things aggro. I'm thinking Sultai is the route to go. Other than we're in a lot of this Dimir cards that do want to be played. And so we're going to have to think if green's actually going to get us there. And green, now that I'm looking at it in just a pure aspect of like where the curve wants to be, green loses a lot of its potency with this curve, in my opinion. So I'm liking the green for like District Guide. Urban Utopia is okay, but the Dimir multicolors are solid. Our blue is pretty bad though. Well, here's some more. Yeah, Nightveil Predator. This card is hard to beat. This is a very good card in the format. What was my last? I lost to this Nightveil Predator one game with ended up with 6 removal cards in my hand and couldn't touch this thing. And they had 2 of those dumb 3/2s that when they died, they put a +1/+1 counter on them on the stupid Nightveil Predator. And it just killed me because I could never get anything out. We do have a Locket. Locket could, like, sort of... Like, Nimizet, the Perun is insanely good if you can get it out. But this, like I said, this is more of like an 8-mana converted mana cost card. And if there's enough reasons to be going into Grixis, the Hypothesizzle is, or Hypothesizzle is a solid removal. And the Beam Splitter Mage is also not bad if you have like a pump type effect. But then I did forget about, okay, we have the Undersitter Uprising, which is usually just a removal spell. The Pitiless Gorgon is a nice 2/2 Death Toucher, nothing wrong with there. Underrealm Lich is very, very good by being able to give it indestructible, also be able to, if you would draw a card, instead look at the top 3, put one of them in your hand and the rest in your graveyard, so it really, really fills that graveyard up. I don't think this pool is insane, all things aggro. Like, out of all the pools that I've had, this one, there's some great cards in it. Unfortunately, it is kind of all over the place. So now we actually even have the Conclave Cavalier, it's a great card. The Integrity and Intervention is also a pretty solid card because it can protect one of your cards early or be a combat trick, and then it's solid removal later on. Legion Guild's also not a bad card with tapping down creature late game. It's not the greatest card, though. Another big Mentor card. Double Strike, we have a Gate, and not too juicy stuff out of Selesnya. So this is usually where we look at where our mana base wants to be. We have Overgrown Tomb, Golgari Guildgate, and Dimir Guildgate with a Gateway Plaza. So our fixing is pretty good. If we were to go into Nimizet, it's possible with the mana base now. We have a Locket, 2 Guildgates, and 1 Gateway Plaza. So this is definitely something that we could go into. So I don't know. We'll leave it up to chat. I want to see where Dimir is taking us, and Sultai looks better to me than Grixis. But we do have, like, Command the Storm's a solid removal. Direct Current's fine as well. Actually, Direct Current's pretty bad. It's a shock. It's after playtesting this, Direct Current, it does kill a lot of things. Like, it's one of those scenarios where if you're going up against the right deck, it's a solid sort of 2-for-1 because you get a land late game. But there is a lot of 3 toughness stuff that absolutely needs to be taken care of, and it feels lackluster a lot of times. So I'm thinking the strongest card right off the bat in this pool is going to be the Trata the Silencer. So that and the Night Veil, that leads us into the Night Veil Predator. And then we have the Artful Takedown is definitely solid. Yeah, Dimir, I don't think there's a way for us not to go Dimir. It's to see if the Surveil, we have enough payoffs to actually go heavy into Surveil. And I think we do, because we have Deadly Visit with Surveils, we have Price of Fame. They're both pretty good. I think we're going to end up playing Never Happened. I want something like a Burglar Rat. I think that's perfect. Necrotic Wound also seems like it's something that we'll come back to it. So Deadweights, absolutely. Hired Poisoners, absolutely. Yeah, we could probably, if we can find 13 cards, we can just strictly go into Dimir. And I wonder if these, like the Lich, though, what do we have? Overgrown Tomb and Golgari, Guildgate, and Gateway Plaza. So yes, it definitely is very, very easy to splash a color. And the Underrealm Lich definitely is a very, very powerful... You know what? In Limited, I don't know if it's quite as powerful. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is in Limited. So let's see here. So it depends on how deep we want to go into green. Like, green kind of sucks as a splash color a lot of times with Urban, Utopia, and District Guide. Like, these are like heavy green splash a color, whether we're going to be in Dimir and probably just very subtly splashing for a couple cards. So, all right, so we need to look at our curve here. Our curve, we definitely need something in the 3 and 2. We need a lot more in the 3 and 2. We could put the Mesmerist here, but I don't think the Mesmerists are exactly where we want to be. A Passwell Adept actually isn't that bad of a card just to fill up. I think Muse Drake's also okay for what this deck wants to be doing. Unfortunately, we got no Surveil besides Sinister Sabotage in this. And I think that we're kind of low on threats. I mean, not threat, on answers to threats that are not called creatures. So I think I will put a Sinister Sabotage in here. I guess the Mephetic Vapors, is it something that our deck needs to... Well, counterspells, usually I don't like cancels, and this is just a cancel with a slight upside, but I'm trying to think if my Surveil is actually a good enough payoff. The Darkblade Agent is super good with that Sprite. Oh, it's such a good 1-2 punch with the Sprite. This surveils, this pays off surveilling. Do we have two? Okay. This surveils, and we have two other surveil cards. I actually don't know if we're going to have enough to really even pay off the Darkblade Agent, but it's still a solid little... that's where we want to have... Never happened. I'm okay with like running like one of these cards. I don't know if it can fit into this kind of strategy, though, because we really need to stave off the early pressure. And that's where I kind of like the Muse Drakes for that. They replace themselves for 1/3s. Even the Passable Adept, they seem pretty bad. I can give something the ability not to be blocked later on, but it's we need a top end too. That's the big problem. I mean, this is probably enough right here, just these three, to splash the Underrealm Lich. I don't know if we need the Undercity Uprising. It is a fight. What are we going to fight that can actually take anything is the problem. We have plenty of removal. I don't know if it's quite worth it. I think I'm going to pass. The Gorgon's fine here, though. And it's saying I should add one more forest for the splash. I don't know if that's a necessity or not. The Golgari Raiders, I don't think I need to go into. Any sort of this other green, I don't think it's quite worth it. So Vapor slows down. Mephatic Vapors does slow down, but we have a 1/1 here. A 1/1 here, and 2. Yeah, I think it's worthwhile. I don't know. Necrotic Wound's fine to put in. It's another removal spell. In all honesty, I might need to put... Like, I need another finisher. And maybe the Passable Adepts are just a necessary evil to put in 1/3s. There are a ton of 2/1s. There's a huge amount of both in Celestia and in Boros of 2/1s. And so sometimes you just need some fillers here. So like Muse Drake's probably the other card I should probably put in. Not very happy with the filler stuff. Like we have a lot of payoffs. We don't have a huge top end. Now looking at the curve is actually pretty solid. 1s, 1s, 2s, 3s, 3s, 4s. 4s are a little heavy. Yeah, it's probably where we want to be, though. But taking any suggestions really quick before we can always edit this too. So you can edit as we go. And again, I just don't think that it's good to go into Nimazet, which sucks because this card is so good. And what do you throw in the Dimir Gilgate? I'm going to chuck out a... See, a swamp, probably swamp out of here. Did that throw out one anyway when I added one? Let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, yeah. So I can actually throw back in a swamp is what Arena's telling me to do. I think this is good. Anyone disagree that we're missing like a card that is just strictly better? Like the Wishcoin Crab I could see putting in over like a Muse Drake. We do need to still find our threats. Like this is really going to be a Trata for the win. And digging. We have a lot of Death Touchers. We have a lot of draw to get there. Yeah. Again, the pool does look good, but trust me, this is my 5th draft, I believe, or sealed. And I think this is one of my weaker ones so far. Let's give it a go. As I eat pizza in front of you. Do a trick. Do a trick. That's not a trick. Curve it, or this is fine. This is fine here. So is everyone attending their pre-release, or you just playing on Arena like a bunch of my customers told me they're doing? I had a kid come in today, said I already played someone on Arena. Lost its luster. I don't know. I don't think Arena can ever replace Paper Magic for me. It's kind of my social aspect. I'm a social gamer. Let's see. So I think still putting out the Dimir. Yeah, I hate... Dimir's fine. The Dimir Spybug's fine. And then next turn we can make it a 2-2. Let me know if the music is too loud too. I'm using a new. No blockers. You hate your local game store. That's pretty sad. Let's see, if I put Lazov, then I can't do the Gateway Plaza, so I think it's just fine to go Swamp. And definitely want that on top. And this has lifelink, so it's worthless to attack in. We want to be able to block it. You hate your local game store. What did your local game store do to you? Man, I am a lot. You know what? There are so many condescending people out there right now about the local game stores. Like, there was a person that was like, they were happy about the Amazon move because it will shut down. Like, I think a lot of these game stores have thought that their competition was stores like mine. Even though I'm not competing with any local games because I'm in the middle of nowhere. But just like these smaller, really niche stores were taking a lot of their sales away. And they're thinking that they can they're the ones who can be able to survive. Geez, this is kind of an interesting play here. Like, I want to go... I want this Gateway Plaza out, but I also think... we need to get the Darkblade Agent. Or just the... I'm going to go the Pitiless. We'll pass it. And we'll pass turn. All right. Sorry, the music was like way loud on my end. Hopefully it's not too loud on your end. Arena's so dumb. Like, a lot of their music is really quiet, and then you get that last one that just came in that is so loud, and then you have to adjust your speakers for it because it goes crazy with the horns. Going to your first pre-release? Well, have fun with it. I mean, it's one of the most fun things of Magic, in my opinion. We'll trade a 3-3 for a 2-2. I know mine does have Death Touch. I am kind of behind on the lands. But, yeah. My opponent does seem to have plenty of lands. This card is super good, but our opponent's blowing this pretty quick for just putting a 1-1 counter on his lifelinker. All right. My turn. Thought Erasure is actually quite solid here, because then, yeah, that's fine. Pumps up to a 3-3. Never mind. Thought Erasure is not solid here with all lands in my opponent's library. Deadweight can stay on top. It's fine. Now we have a 3-3. And we only have one creature in the graveyard at the moment. Yeah, I don't think we're going to Necrotic Ooze here, so we're just going to Gateway Plaza. And then pass a turn. We're going to take a big hit here. My opponent does have all lands in hand, though. Arena feels like a strictly worse duel with Planeswalker. Arena's fine. The client's okay. It's like the biggest problem I have with Arena is they're not really doing anything with it. Like, it's still boring dailies, boring. Like, you saw the layout we just had to deal with. Like, a lot of that crap needs to be updated. And the excuse of we're still in beta, I don't know if they can keep doing that for much longer. All right, so I feel like just drawing a card off of the Muse Drake and trying to hit another land drop. The Darkblade Agent's fine because we can surveil. I can dumb down the Loxodon, but I don't think that's... I can take another hit for sure. Well, I'm going to hope to YOLO a Swamp off the top. I think it's the better play. We need to try to hit that 5th land drop. Well, we did hit the 5th land drop. Unfortunately, it is the mountain variety, so... Just pass the turn. Still want to not hit with the Dimir Spy or attack in because my opponent was still gain life. I don't know if that's... Yeah, it's not relevant to attack in. I can trade this Spybug and the Muse Drake for the Venerated Loxodon, I think I'm just going to take the damage. Sometimes you have to be careful with Boros because Boros does dish off, has ways to dish off some damage. They have an uncounterable 6 damage spell.
You can water in with that, right? The mop, the soap.
I was getting, well, some. I was getting to put more in, but
Okay. I just wanted to double check that.
I'm getting asked question by the Zach. Okay, so here, this is sorcery speed. Is it worth it just to kill the Loxodon right now? I think so. So what we're going to do is we're going to deadly visit the Loxodon. Surveils 2. Now I think we can throw lands away. Keep that on top. Yeah, the Warbug's going to get big here. So, Blade Instructor, or we can take care of the 3-1. So we're just going to deadweight the Hawk. Oh, cool. The deadweight doesn't even equip to the Hawk. I guess if it's killing it. That's funny. It puts it right over there. Yeah. All right, so my opponent now has 2 unknown cards. And I can definitely start attacking you with the Dimir Warbug because we have the Necrotic. I want to wait for the Surveil so we can get some cards off of the Darkblade. Let's cast the Darkblade here. See, Arena makes you a bad player too because I always cast things before attack just to save time. You don't want to be doing that, giving your opponent more information than they need. I'm going to keep this back because I'll trade with the Muse Drake. The Lazav effect right now can only get a Pitiless Gorge, or Pitiless Gorgon, right? So it becomes a copy target creature in your graveyard. My opponent's just going to scoop it up because I'm playing super slow, and they're mad at me for playing super slow. And probably drew a land again. Hey, cool, I ranked up to Bronze Tier 1. We get a horse. Go away, Chloe. Chloe always eats all my food. That's why I'm so skinny, dog. You eat all of my food. You eat all. You can have some ham. Here we go. I do highly suggest that you play Arena, though. It's Magic. It's free. You don't have to spend a damn thing. You can see I have a crap ton of gems. It's because originally, when Arena started, I wanted to see what $100 would get you. Did a whole live stream with it. And I wouldn't spend money on this, though. I wouldn't throw any money at Wizards of the Coast right now. They don't deserve your money. The dog? You want to see the dog? Come here, puppy. Come on, pups. She won't come up because I have food. She got skunked again the other day. Oh, man, it was horrible. I had to drive all the way down the mountain with skunk smell. It was awful. All right, I'll play quicker. I still think putting the Gilgate in is better than a Passwell Adept without anything my opponent's doing. Now we'll do an Adept, and there's no reason to prioritize mana. I have noticed that the mana prioritization on the auto tap is so much better than it has been in a while. It doesn't tap like nonsensically. It tries to like read what's in your hand. But then you can get information off of that as well. Like if your opponent they have shock in their deck and it taps like 2 forests, 1 plains, and they have a mountain left. You're like, oh, Arena's like telling you it's got a shock in hand. This is new music. I don't know if you can hear the music. I turned it down a little bit, but all right. So Nightveil Predator is kind of weird. I don't know if we want to go to the Gateway. We'll just take 3. I think it's still better just to get out the Nightveil Predator. Well, you know what? I'm not really into the whole don't give Watson your money because of the political aspect of it. You're going to go down that road with a lot of things. You're going to be not spending a lot of... Like, I was that way with Burger King the other day, but it's like, there's so many people in the entire Burger King franchise that have nothing to do with it. Same thing with WotC. But why I don't think Wizards deserves your money right now is they're not spending your money correctly. It's kind of how I felt about Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go raised it was one of the fastest $1 billion that a game has ever even been able to. Over that summer, they made $1 billion in sales. And what they do with that game? An awful, awful, awful nothing is what they do with that game. So that's kind of how I feel about Wizards. Is a lot of money's been thrown at Arena, a lot of money's been thrown at MTG forever, a lot of money's been thrown at their paper game, and they're just really not utilizing it how they should, making terrible decisions. Don't want to dumb this down. No, I can attack. So I think I'm going to kill this one. -2, -4. And tap is better than... Nope. It's not better than this play. So we are going to do this play. Save a dead weight, because we're probably going to trade with the hired poisoner. Or just dumb it down to where... No, I'm going to save it. Yeah, Pokemon, the whole thing Pokemon Go, it didn't even work for the longest time. When they raised their first big, massive sales, they couldn't even get the servers to work. And then after they finally did stabilize everything, they just didn't even try to do anything with the game. It was the most pathetic $1 billion ever. It was just a cash cow forever. But I mean, it's other games that were like other app games like Clash of Clans. At least they did something with their game. Well, that was annoying. At least I don't have to deal with 3 green elves. I don't know if that was worthwhile for my opponent. I don't attack here because I think I need to... Yeah, we need to save it. Alright, so we need to quit drawing lands for a while. And hopefully my opponent attacks in. This is a... Oh, I should have deadweighted this for sure. The Conclave Guild Mage. No. Okay, well, if my opponent's going to use mana, I'm glad I didn't deadweight it. Do I want to block and then do something? -2, -4. That still puts it at 3. I'm actually tempted just to let it go through because that's still... No, I just block here and lose the pass wall. Choose one or both. Sure. Yeah. That's a better play. I said quit drawing lands. We do. I think this is a good time just to kill the Guild Mage. Now, I think I trade damage. 3 for 1 is fine. I feel like the aggressor. My opponent hasn't hit or hasn't had a land for a while. I don't know what they're holding back. We've got rid of some of their better cards so far. I thought when this thing died... Oh, this was just the Convoke 4/4. Why was I thinking this was the 4/4 when it died? It got 2 2/2s. Maybe I should read cards rather than... That's the problem with pictures. A lot of times when they come down on Arena is you see the picture and you just... Oh, I know what that card is. And you actually don't know what that card is. Ay, ay, ay. Another threat by my opponent. Let's go ahead and... Do I need... I don't think I need to trade with this. I think we're fine. My opponent wants to trade damage. That is okay. Do I want to hold it back? Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll Underrealm Lich. because that's going to really help us with our draws. Now we don't have to draw lands anymore the rest of the game if this sticks around. The opponent did hit runner lands to catch back up. Undergrowth enters the battlefield. Target creature gain plus vigilance and plus X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So there's 2. 3. There's 3 in the graveyard? Yes, there is. Yikes. Well, we're taking a big hit here. I'll go down to a 10. And we'll put the Urtai in hand. Ugh. It's okay, though. Yeah, this is a really good card. We need to destabilize, though. So I'm going to keep everything back. I think I will trade my Nightveil Predator for the Worm at this point. Free Planeswalkers for closed beta players. What free Planeswalkers did we get for being closed beta players? Did I miss something? Are you kidding me? We have a fight card. Well, it loses everything no matter what. No matter what he fights, he loses. Check my email. They sent a code. All right. I'll have to. What Planeswalkers are they? I will have to indeed check my email. I don't remember receiving one for my... Huh. Holy cow, why didn't I pay for life? That Underrealm Lich has a pay for life on it. I'm too busy thinking about other stuff there. Do I want to go down to 4, just kill this if my opponent's going to go at this? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm a bad player. I did not pay the 4 life. Well, if I paid the 4 life, I wouldn't have been able to do that play. See, I was thinking ahead. All right, let's attack with... Get rid of the Worm. And shovels the Urtai back in. I think I might as well play this land for now. So I don't know if I want to make the trade with the Locks and Restore or not. I think I have to now if my opponent wants to go that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow. What's the harder one to deal with? Well, we'll go down to 1. Yeah, in hindsight, I actually probably should have taken care of the Arclight's Phoenix. Oh, yeah, geez, why was I thinking this could recur? Man, I'm making all sorts of play mistakes today. Let's go ahead and Muse Drake. Dark Blade's not going to do anything. I have to go with this Phoenix again. Yeah, I have to really run into runner. Well, okay, we got out of it. That's an instant as well. I don't know if my opponent has another. Maybe I should play around a haste creature. I don't think I need to, though. Why didn't he use Price of Fame right there to get a card? Oh, all right, I'm going to focus. I keep catching these things right after I do them because I'm looking at my pizza, I'm looking at my dog, I'm looking at... Don't you dare say good game before it's over, you C-word. Throw this away. Probably throw this away as well. batty arena players. It's not good game. Good game's having your one splash card for your one red card. Oh, you have 2 red cards in hand. I think I'm still going to leave the Hired Poisoner back. Probably no point to it, but a haster kills me no matter what. That's quite a bit of land. Well, that's nice of my opponent to give my guys plus counters. Oh, there we go. That was actually a pretty good play. Takes care of it with the citywide bus and the grid for battle. And now we do have a Sinister Sabotage that we can counter any creature that comes down, but we have to outdraw my opponent. We do have a Surveil to get us there. That is something I don't want. And there is our bomb again. And let's see if we can get there. Are you saying good game for yourself now, or are you saying good game for me? Hey, there you go. That's when you call good game. Man, I tried every way to lose that. Tried every way in the entire world to lose that game. Better lucky than good. All right, so let's go on to the next one. We're at 2 wins. I'll have to eat my cold pizza now. Come here, skunk. Come on up, skunk. We are going up against Wizard. Very decent hand. We have a counterspell we can cast, a Thought Eraser to rip the hand out, and a Burglar Rat to rip the hand out. Oh yeah, all things aggro. That's all I do is misplay on stream. All those that you haven't streamed before, it's a whole different ball game. That's why I don't do it a lot. At least for me, anyway. At least that's my excuse. Gems is like 2,000 to play, Sloth, but I'll be giving out some arena codes. Like, there will be these codes on the back. This one I've X'd out, but they look like they come in your pre-release pack. You get a free pre-release. I'm sure a bunch of my players won't want them because they don't play arena. And if that's the case, I'll start giving them out, but not this stream. We'll do it another stream. But you can get a free sealed with your pre-release, and it's 2,000 gems. I don't know what 2,000 gem converts to. Like I said, I haven't played it in a long time. This is a first striker as long as your turn. Ugh. See, this is why what I'm saying about like these quick. This is a Celestia deck, but a lot of times these quick Boros decks they come out swinging. This has been nice last turn. Now it's going to cost us a life. A little bit fast to put the Burglar Rat out, but I think I want... Yeah, it's not going to work with... Had to get rid of a status to statue. Oh, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I still don't think I block for a Necrotic Wound to save 2 life, and then save 2 life the next turn. So this block would save me 4 life. I think I like the Thought Eraser play next turn better. Yeah, I'm not going to block. I'm going to wait for a better thing I can actually block with. So 175 gems per dollar. So how much you paying to do the... We'll get the trusty calculator out here. Not calendar. Calendar's bad. There's a swamp. Does swamp allow me to have a better play? Doesn't really. I could first strike, let it die, kill the healer. That might be a better play. I'm just going to Thought Erasure him. So 175 gems per one. So do. So it's like 11 bucks. 11 bucks to do the sealed. Well, this is an awful hand my opponent has. We'll keep the Price of Fame. And we'll pass it. Jeez, you should see Chloe. Can you ever see Chloe? You're putting her little... You're being nice. You're only nice when there's food. Is that it? Only nice when there's food. And then you're a mean dog when there's not food. Alright, so the Locket comes out. My opponent can crack it to draw 2 cards. So I think I will do this play. Block. Do I want to kill... It doesn't really matter. If I want to go on the Healer's Hawk or... Healer's Hawk just doesn't seem like it's that... But I can get anything that can chump block. We'll just kill the Healer's Hawk. Because I can get anything that can outclass and start chump blocking the Fresh Face Recruit. Or we can Price of Fame it. Yeah, we'll just put this out rather than the Overgrown. So I'm assuming my opponent's going to crack the Locket. Feels bad to Price of Fame this. I'd rather... But I have another removal spell. Yeah, that feels really bad. I do want to Surveil, though. I don't want to be drawing into more lands. Did my opponent draw an indestructible card? Uptime, huh? Is there some sort of bot I need to get that has little... Okay, so Forest is definitely going in the graveyard. Lazav... I don't even know if I like... Lazav at least surveils, though, so I'm okay with Lazav. So let's go ahead and do the Lazav. And whoops, misplay right there. I should have gone over on Tomb and take a damage so I could counterspell. No, I'd still have to use a blue. Not a misplay. Woohoo! One of these days I need to get like a chat bot for... I thought I had one on Twitch. I might not. I'm not much of a streamer. Appreciate everyone that has never seen me before streaming. We're gonna flash this up on the screen. Zach is you're giving this away, right, Zach?
Yes.
Zach is giving this away. Thank you, Zach. Everyone here, 55 streamers, you get a free. Can anyone see that? I don't know if people can see the code. See the code. Oh! I am so bad. Focus, camera. Focus. I can't get it centered because I'm autistic. All right, let's see here. Did people get... Hey, no, it's backwards. Go there. I give up. Did people see the code? We definitely want the Lich. I don't know. Someone see the code? Maybe I'll type it out in chat. We will pass the turn. All right, I'm typing it out in chat. Is that an F or a T? FA 3QP. There you go. There you go. There is your code for a free draft. I'm going to let this resolve. KMR SRFA-3QP. Go. We're a professional here at the Rogue Deck Builder streams. Man, that clean. He just mopped the floor and that's all I can spill. Woo-wee! You're fine. That is a card I'm definitely going to need to be countering. That is going to try to come out next turn. Or under Lich and then I can counter the next one. Yep, that's a better play. That's a better play. Hey, guess what? I'm going to remember all things aggro to... Do I need to attack with this? Yeah, it's fine. 2-1 doesn't do anything. Yep, we're fine. I'll remember this has pay for life. It gains indestructible. That's a pretty good ability. That's why we played it, right? Did I forget it exists? All right, that can happen. We'll just deadly visit it. What would I like to take here? I think the Artful Takedown is the better card. We can actually use that now instead of the other one because it's a 2/3. Correctosaurus, yeah. And we can do it the upkeep because it's an instant, and so we can do it right now and tap it down. Doesn't matter to tap down. Just blocks and blocks. Yeah, okay, this is actually a pretty good play if I go attack with both. Because if he double blocks on the Beast Whisperer, then I kill. And... why on the Underrealm Lich? 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Okay, that's fine. And I can still tap this now. Yeah, so we'll pay the 4 life. And... yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So then we'll use the takedown. Might as well click both. No, I'm not gonna. I don't want to screw up here. So, target creature gets negative 2 and get 4. There. It's fine. Damage is fine here. That works. Use Lazov as a second Lich. So, Lazov becomes a copy of a target creature card in your graveyard with confirmed mana cost X. It's legendary in addition to its other types. So, graveyard. I have to do it in the graveyard. So, my only copy is the Passwall Adept. See, Lazov isn't doing the greatest in our deck at the moment. So, I could end up milling myself here. I think we'll just take this Spybug. Because now we need to take out my opponent before. And, yeah, still that's all we have. That's the only... the rat is the only, only ability in your graveyard. Yeah, I don't care about that. That's fine. Can't counter it because I do not have the mana for it. Don't feel like countering a... that's a pretty weak card. The Vapors is pretty bad. The Gorgon is fine. Yeah, Vapors is actually... I mean... we could do another... no, it's Sorcery Speed. Blocks with the 1/3, blocks the 1/1. We could kill it and put a +1 counter because this will trigger before. Yeah, I'm fine with that play. If my opponent goes that play. So, we need it to block Lazov, and then we can Vapors. But man, we're... yep, perfect. So, yeah, since I'm doing this correctly, we can Vapors. No, that'll kill my Lazov. No, I don't want to do that. That's pretty bad. Definitely don't want to do that. Do I want his Deadly Visits it right now? There's something better. We'll just end it. But now I can make it into a Death Toucher. Why do I want to make it a rat? It doesn't get the ETB effect. And it would become a 1/1 rather than a 1/3. So, that's fine. I can take the damage and then get more out of it. So I'll take 5 here. And then now we get some more value out of the... I'll take the Muse Drake, or... yeah, Muse Drake's fine. I don't really need to draw cards, but we do need to start being aggressive. Deadly Visit here. And definitely take a Trata. Whoops, put this in the graveyard. And keep a Trata. And combat, attack, all. Jeez, yeah, I really need to speed things up, though. 13 cards left. My life total is going down by 3 per turn, too. There's a Utopia. I don't know why my opponent hasn't cracked the Locket. I think that's probably where my opponent wants to be at this point. And a Peacemaker. We each gain 4 life. Okay, well. That's going to stop me some more. So we'll take the Atrata. Combat. Attack with the Spybug. And I might mill myself. Atrata at least gets to go back in my... my opponent does have to hit like runner for a while. And I have no way to kill my own Underrealm Lich at the moment, which I may need to do. I know, you think the Peacemaker would be the... My opponent's Celestia, so you think that Peacemaker would be pretty bad against a Dimir deck, but when you're milling with a Luminous Bond on an Underrealm Lich... According to the judges on Loading Ready Run, you can't lose with Lich in play. Wrong Lich. We have Underrealm Lich. I mean, you might as well get in there for 3 damage, my friend. I guess you stop a damage on my end, though. Almost feels like I should Vapors just to surveil, too. Alright, we will take... I think I almost want to land here rather than a pass while Adept. Just so I can maybe put out more cards. Because now I can cast a Drake and hold... it doesn't really do much. I mean, I could Vapors... No, Vapors does less damage. We have Vapors post. But Etrata I don't have to do, correct? No, I do have to do it with the Etrata. It's not a may, it's a must. Prevent all combat. A Celestia deck that's running just a random pause for reflection. Does this have to do combat damage? Whenever it deals yeah, okay. I need the damage here. I'm going to keep it just because it's fine. 2 keep. Let's do some damage. Exiles it, shuffles the Etrata back in. And I can make a copy of... We have a Poisoner in here, right? Is that the best thing I still have? A Darkblade Agent is going to be good to do. Not the wrong Lich. What do you mean I can't lose? I can't mill my... I mean, I mill. And then I try to draw a card and lose the game, right? Does Arena not... If you would draw a card instead... Oh! You... No. Wait a second. So Underrealm Lich just gets rid of the draw clause. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, so... Yeah, because you have to draw. Wow! Okay, that's nice to know. That is awesome to know. That's really cool. So that's why, yeah, making a copy of a Lich would be great. My opponent is thinking. I'm glad they showed us their thinking. We'll eat pizza while he's thinking. That's pretty sweet. Sorry, trying to eat away from the mic. I'm just going to draw 2 cards here. What's up, Scrawn? Alrighty, we have the option of garbage. I think it's better just to... we'll put out a Hired Poisoner. I guess we're not in any sort of, like, So I just can't cast the Muse Drake after I'm out of cards. And I forgot to do Lazav in a turn because I was eating pizza. So we'll put out the Poisoner. We'll use the Muse Drake while we can. Should have attacked with Lazav if I was doing that. We'll take the Predator. And we'll see if Arena actually does it correctly. Oh, that can fight my Dimir. Oh, he'll probably fight the Drake, though. Nope. Decides to kill. All right, Arena, let's see if you do it correctly. Want to make a hired poisoner? We'll make a hired poisoner. So, combat, attack, all of them because we're going to do Etrata. What do you mean Etrata only works if she has haste? Etrata's just solid removal. It's a 4-mana removal spell and then shuffles back in. Yeah, I guess Etrata isn't the greatest card that I thought it was. I just thought overthinking a 3 damage removal spell, so 4 mana for 3, but it does require an entire attack in. Oops, my opponent's waiting for me to damage. And I think my opponent's going to be pretty confused about what's going on as well, unless they know the the clause. That is nice to know, though. Not a Lich glitch. Apparently it's legit, yeah, because the replace you can only lose the game if you try to draw a card with no cards in your library. Underarm Lich says no more drawing cards until it's taken care of. So I think they probably did it on purpose for this reason. That self-milling was definitely an issue. Cool. Maybe I should read cards more thoroughly. We definitely want the Lich in the deck. Splash for the Lich. We are playing against Eminon MTG. Put MTG in your name, it makes you better. I mean, like, we're all playing MTG, but, you know, put it in your name. We are gonna ship this scrappy hand back. We do have the Underrealm Lich in it, but we literally cannot cast anything in our hand. Well then, we'll keep this one. We'll keep that. What's going on, Chad? I am streaming my really professional stream with my pineapple pizza, and my blue healer staring me down. You don't even like pineapple or peppers. You want my last piece of ham, huh? So I don't get any ham because you need it. Fine. Man, how many healers Hawks on turn? Well, I guess this is turn 2. Oh, Starfarer, you'll see Misplace hurt your soul on this stream like crazy. I am playing awful Magic today. To my defense, I just had 2 Commanders players come in and buy not 1, but 2 complete Commander decks. As a store owner, there is nothing more painful in the entire world than building Commander decks from scratch. Because Commander wants cards from every era. There's a lot, and these 2 particular gentlemen, they wanted a lot of like Shards of Alara era stuff and cards that I just wasn't familiar where they were, so it's constantly going back and forth from like Goldfish to see what set it's from. Going through 100 freaking cards to build 200 cards through the thousands of cards we have here at the store, even though it is organized, was such a pain in the ass, and my mind is burnt. So that's my excuse. Don't you love how the 1/1 flyers keep getting better and better? They made a 1/2, and then they made... I mean, it used to be like hard to find even a 1/1 for one flyer. Ooh, next turn, though, we get to do a pretty nifty 2-for-1. Unless my opponent has a pump spell. Yeah, I know, and it ended up being like 80 bucks worth of cards, too. So is those type of commander players like not big spenders, like the budget commander players? So what does this do? What did my opponent just put out? I can't even see the card underneath it. Oh, it's just a creature. Double Strike Trample. What? My opponent decides that, oh, last turn I'll attack in with the Healer's Hawk. This turn I'm not going to. Okay. Jack, we used to get a ton of... The problem, we had a very lively commander group. I'm not just spouting out numbers for spouting out numbers' sake. Do I need another blue in this deck for anything? I think we're going to throw the island away and keep the deadweight. Because I don't know if I need another island. I know one spell that takes 2 blue. But anyway, yeah, we used to have a very vibrant commander group. Like, we'd get... I think we'd have... Sometimes, I mean, for our store, this is a lot. We'd have like 16 people show up for Commander Night. And then we had a lot of people move, and then over August, September, we had a ton of Commander players move. And it was just brutal. Let's get rid of this Swift Blade. And it's just... Our store's been really struggling in that aspect, too. Which isn't Wizard's fault. It's just my area's fault. With it, it has very little... options for people that are graduated from high school, like between high school age and early 20s. There's like no jobs here besides Walmart for these kids. So a lot of them end up moving or going off to college. And the biggest problem we're having right now is year after year, we usually, for everyone that moves, we end up with people that I don't want my opponent drawing 4 cards, so we want to take the action and take 4 damage. But anyway, where was I going with this? We usually have people that will replace people that move. Magic is one of those phases that I have not seen a lot of new players. Besides little kids, there haven't been a lot of like high school age kids or college age kids that we've been able to recruit to Magic. So a lot of people have either left the game or moved, and it's just really hurt our player base that way. So that's the biggest issue I'm having right now. See, I told you we didn't need that other blue, because there it is. Now, risk factors can be a pain again here, but another 4 damage to the face spell. I don't want my opponent drawing 3 cards. Yeah, we're in the desert too, Jack. I mean, well, Richfield's high mountain desert, so it's kind of the same, but... I will go to a 10 because life totals are pointless with this board state at the moment. Yeah, and it just sucks. Like one of our customers that moved was like our commander organizer as well. It was the person that like organized everything, and so that's really hurt losing him. So I mean, our store is actually going to be closing down to minimal hours to begin with. Thought Eraser's weird here. I guess I just wait for the locket. I don't use it right now. Do I still not have a creature in the graveyard? I don't want to surveil just to put a counter on the bodyguard. My opponent has to attack in with something. Like, I'm hoping my opponent just cracks the locket this turn. And then I have a target for the Thought Erasure. And there's nothing wrong with that, Star Fury. The problem is a lot of us have a lot of we have a good memories for local game stores. And it's sad to see kind of that era, or at least how hard it is to start one now. There aren't going to be a lot of options for small towns to have local game stores. They'll be in either bigger cities, and what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of franchise type stores. Stores have already made it. They're able to switch around capital pretty well. Alright, so I'm going to use this right now to kill this. So if my opponent wants to attack in with the bodyguard, then... So now I'm wishing I would have used the Thought Erasure, not knowing my opponent was going to draw a 2-mana, or a destroy. Alright, so we at least get to kill one of these soldiers. We'd go down to 6, though. That's actually... Yeah, that one does get pumped up. I forgot. No, block. But we did Mulligan and then Flood, and there's nothing these games can really do. And we have this Thought Erasure card that... Now, I mean, if I draw a land, then I'm definitely thinking that Thought Erasure would have been the right play, but there's nothing we could do with the information we had. Yep, told you it was going to be a land. Ugh. That is some Flood. So, I still think it's worthwhile to block the... I have to block the bodyguard next turn that's left with a... Do I have to just, like, YOLO really try to surveil? So it's funny that I'm dying to this card that Risk Factor, which I was arguing with Scrawn with for the longest time about how playable or not playable it is. I don't think it's playable, Risk Factor. But that's just my personal... Ugh. I don't think I can wait another turn. I think I have to have 2 draws. This is stupid. I mean, that's one of the problem with Thought Erasure. It's a 1-of in the deck. No, we have to hit a removal spell next turn. And my opponent still has a bunch of top decks plus the Boros Locket they can crack. Well, Jack, it's burn or draw 3 cards. So a lot of times you're trying to finish off your opponent or you're going to get controlled out. It's going to be draw 3 cards. So I don't know how I feel about Risk Factor. Go down to a 2. So, like, we have to hit a removal spell off the top to kill the knight, and this can't be a creature. We lose our first. All right. We have... Wait. Can we still hit a... No, we're going to hit another... Okay, Arena, that was just the flood of all floods there. Make me go mulligan and then draw lands. Lovely. There's our first loss. Any tips for someone playing Golgari draft? Play good cards. That's draft or sealed. If you're drafting, then pick good cards. If you're sealed, open good cards. Yeah, outplay your opponent. Got a lot of Death Touchers to work with. So, like, Prey Upons are a lot better than they normally are. All right. I hate losing this way. This is one of my bitches about Magic is when you go on these runs. I think it's keepable though. Didn't I cut this stupid forest? Did it bring it back in? I thought I cut it for a swamp. I think this is keepable, but it's another red deck. We'll just deadweight this. Well then, give me another black land. Not only give me a land, but give me a land that's garbage because I already have the green. It comes to play tapped. I don't know. Maybe that's a ship backhand. I mean, if it's now it's definitely want my card back. Oh, stop it, Arena. Just stop it. Just stop this nonsense. Wow. Okay. I think we are going to die to a maniacal. The thing is, we have some fairly decent removal spells that we can draw into. A blue, of course, gives us a Dimir Spybug. We're pretty far behind though. Well then, it's going to give us another blue spell. So, more insult to injury. I'm gonna definitely edit the deck and get rid of this forest. I thought we cut it. See, this is what's really good about Nightveil Sprite. Okay, so now I'm going to get in a big rant about blue. I don't mind blue. Hey, there we go. It gave us a blue. Now I'll definitely quit. Ooh, what's the better play? Is it go this route? I think it's just Muse. You really going to counter it, my friend? Going to counter my draw? The problem I have with blue over every other card, over every other color, is not the counter spells. is not the... It's the draw. When they designed Magic, they probably should have put draw in every color. It shouldn't have been a color specific, because variance is the most important thing in Magic, to try to minimize the variance. That, like, if you could minimize variance in a deck through mechanics like Scry, now mechanics like Surveil, all those type of mechanics, then you have a huge advantage over the rest of the colors that can't really play against variance. So a lot of the standards you'll see determined by low mana curve damage based decks. So red deck wins or burn are very popular in many formats, because they have a very reduced variance for cards that do very similar effects. Put a ton of them in a deck, and there you have it. That's kind of a weird. My opponent has all their mana up. I don't want to main phase it for sure. What was I talking about? So anyway, I think Magic's starting to get more to it, because like you're getting a lot of card draw through green to draw creatures and enchantments, and same thing with white. So they are starting to address it. But we had a long period of time where card draw was just exclusively to blue, and minimizing that variance was everything. So I think if they were to go back to redesign Magic, I don't know if it's really about the mana base, but really giving Scry and Surveil type mechanics to every color. Probably should have done that before Surveil. Yeah, definitely should have done that. So I am going to block, just because I want to absorb the damage if I need to either. Like, I probably should have this first. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this is getting countered. My opponent's been holding up mana over and over and over for turns. But I can't not block it this turn. Alright, it happens. Cool. Alright, we're good. So maybe my opponent's just flooded, so definitely should have done it before Surveil. Yeah, we still are in kind of a weird... I'm going to take a gander at my opponent's hand right now. Rather than put out a Dimir Spybug, everything seems to be pretty good. I mean, they could have land in their hand. A Sure Spike, Experimental... Ooh, that is a good one to get rid of. Why didn't my opponent cast anything last turn? They thought I had counters? Throw this away. So a Sure Strike and a Rubblebolt Boar. So anyway, well, the kind of the position that has been hurting Magic though is then, since blue has all this solving variance stuff, it gets toned down, usually gets toned down, but then they print cards like Torrential Gearhulk, which is just strictly the best Gearhulk out of all of the... Like, if they're going to print a set, blue probably needs to be dumbed down the most, just to make it, you know, on power level with the rest of them. And so I remember when they did the God series in Theros, and the best God by far, for at least a competitive format, the most aggressive one was, what's the stupid Merfolk God's name? Can't even think of it now, but... So there was that one. And then... Thassa is what it was. And then of course, then they do the Gearhulk run, and in blue once again has the best cards in the mix. So we'll put a Dimir Spybug here, because we do have some... Still really short on these blue. Only cast one blue spell per turn. Well, Perforos is good for specific decks, and it saw some standard play, but it wasn't on the level. Like, Thassa was the least expensive god, and it had, like, what was it, 6/6? Wasn't it 6/6? Big body to it. 5/5, 6/6? Big body to Thassa, very aggressive. Wasn't very hard to turn on. 5/5, yep. Could make things unblockable. Had the variance reducer, and so but usually blue, the creatures are worse. On if you compare creatures just on strictly on power, toughness, how much they cost, those sort of things. Where's the Hypothizzle gonna go? But anyway, but it doesn't really solve the just the easy fact that you can splash it. You can splash one other powerful card or color and pair it with blue. So if you look at Legacy, that's exactly what has happened. It's blue card draw and variants and actually the control element splashed with the other really powerful either creatures or finishers from the other colors. And again, that's how I would redesign Magic is spread out the variance reductive cards. I actually went for the Hired Poisoner with it. Okay, so I'm going to take 3. And not going to attack with the Spybug. Necrotic Wound, how many creatures do I have in the graveyard? I have a whopping 1. Yeah, this Necrotic Wound is pretty terrible in my deck. And we can use it, though. And maybe I can actually put one in the graveyard with the... This will pump up the Spybug.
Should we do a profit and loss? Store cost edition?
Zach's trying to open up a booster box. Tell Zach no more cracking packs.
Just store cost edition. $86.
Lazov can become a poisoner later on. Okay, I lost my thought what I was talking about. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of my beef with see, I kind of want this island, but I don't want this island. Kind of want it, but don't want it. So I can dumb it down to a 2/2 and block with both of these and not lose anything. I think that's... Sure Strike's a thing as well, though. Yeah, my opponent does have Sure Strike. I think we're just putting the Muse Drake in front of the... Makes it a 3, makes it a 5. Can kill off both of them unless a Necrotic Ooze. I think that's actually worthwhile to get a Sure Strike out of the way. So I'm going to get a Sure Strike out of the way, plus kill the Rubble Belt Boar. But I'll still lose both my creatures, because First Strike damage will go through. Yeah, I think this is a fine trade. Not sure why my opponent didn't... Because they don't have enough to cast the Sure Strike. I'm just dead next turn. Wow. Please attack. Oh, thank you, Jesus, for bad players. Because I was so dead. If my opponent would just wait next turn to double cast... Yeah, that's fine. There's no way I can save my creatures, so I'm okay with this. So the damage goes through. I believe this reads after I kill it, so I'm just going to kill... Like, you can't do Gravity Punch and target... Right? It kind of works the same way if you actually do target it. And then, no, because it's removed. It doesn't, it's an illegal target. So I can wait till he casts this, correct? I don't want, I want to save mana, though. I think I want to do it right now. I think I just want to kill this thing. Yeah. Rather than the possibility of my opponent just drawing into a counterspell. I guess they can draw into a creature, though. And that's just as much of an issue. Deadweight, ugh. What do I even have in my graveyard? Nothing again. Nothing worthwhile. A Muse Drake can at least get flying. The Spybug's pretty bad right now for the Lazov. I don't know. I just feel like attacking with Lazov. Yeah, I don't know if it reads it after, like if it's still saying that since it was targeted, it was still a relevant, like that's how Marinate Master works. If you kill Marinate Master after you've already like declared the sacrifice stuff, even if you kill it, it will read it as its last power. And unfortunately, we have to like try to kill our opponent with 1/1s. Yeah, I knew this was going to be a problem with this deck, is just the inefficient amount of finishers we had. There wasn't a lot in our pool. I don't really feel like splashing into black. I'm so dead to a haste creature. I don't know if this is the right play to just keep doing this. I don't know what my opponent has that might just be getting flooded out with lands. I'm going to play this island. Oh boy. This is embarrassing. We're both flooding. So this thing is just very, very scary. Locket's okay. Has to crack it to draw a card. I don't think that's that threatening. No, Lazov only has one power. Only has one power targets is all. So it's pointless to do Lazov's ability, and then it dumbs down the toughness. Did we really get through? Woo! Oh boy. Yeah, I think my opponent miffed that. Should have just kept their boar back and then buffed it up and then flung it at me. Or not even flung it. I'm going to hurry and edit this deck, even though we're almost done with this. Oh, no, I'm not almost done. I have a ways. I don't think I want this forest. I want another island. Yeah, I have three to get Underrealm Lich and a lot of Surveil to get there. So let's just take a look, too, if there's something I'm missing here. I still don't think I get much out of splashing harder into green. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't think the Undercity Uprising is working with a low creature count to begin with. And splashing just for Nimazet is also just a lot. This was a weird pool. Really good cards, not a lot to really keep it together. Almost feels like a Vidalcan Mesmerist, or even a Leapfrog, is something that would be good to throw in here over maybe a Passwall Adept. But I use the Passwalls to stabilize. But I mean, what at that point am I really stabilizing into? Leapfrog just seems like a liability, though. I'm not a fan of it. Dowser's okay to put in here, but Leapfrog, I don't like the Leapfrog. Leapfrog is just the one toughness is the liability in this deck. Like the Mephitic Vapors is weird in my deck as well, because we have Selective Snare is just so weird as well. I don't know. All right, so yes, you can blow them out by killing their creature in response. Yeah, because I think it becomes an illegal target. It doesn't really even target it. Like, so it tries, it's not the same it's not the same card. Ugh, here we go to mulligans again. Ooh boy. Should we keep it? This is so bad. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. I'm putting that on the bottom. Yeah, because like if the object already exists and then is removed, a lot of times a lot of them will trigger because it will still read the last known instance. And I was wondering if that held true for how Gravity Punch worked. But yeah, it still has to have a target. You have to declare targets before the targets are actually work. Hired Witness, lame. Alright, our one lander at least can cast all of our spells except one. And then we'll flood out after we're done. Alright, that's a little bit better. Fortunately, these Hunted Witnesses are just going to continue to wreck face for a while, because I don't want to kill them just to leave back a 1/1. Well, Starfear, I think it has to be illegal. Like, the spell will fizzle if it doesn't even have legal targets left. So it just fizzles. It has to have 2 targets to resolve, the opponent and the creature. I'm pretty sure that's where the ruling comes in. Ooh, boy. At least we had to kill a blade instructor. See if hunted witnesses can go the distance. Do I just deadweight this bodyguard? I think I need to trade with one. So if I trade with one, then I've got the necrotic ooze that then can kill the one it tries to target. Kill, 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 kill. No, I'm not going to block. Hey, hey, there we go. We'll do a Darkblade Agent, or do we want to keep up Necrotic Ooze? Nah, it's Darkblade Agent. Alright, so maybe we can draw out of this. Boros does seem to peter off. Yeah, but I think Starfarer, even though it has two targets, it's not like one of them. Some spells can resolve if one of their target goes away because it's still a target. But some of them fizzle if their primary targets go away. So I am going to kill you, and I am going to kill you. Sound good? Sounds good. Burglar Rat's pretty good here, too. Booger Rat. Well, I just don't think it. I think the spell fizzles. The spell doesn't resolve. That's the big... I don't know. Maybe we need a judge. Magic is... Do I want to put the I do want to put a deadweight right now on a Boros Challenger? Yeah, might as well. I think that's fine to put there. That's a huge mana investment in Mentor. What colors do you think it becomes best rotation? Silver, I absolutely love. I am on blue at the moment because I think everyone's going to be on green. Or not blue, sorry. I'm on black. I think everyone's going to be on green thinking that Jade Light Ranger and Steel Leaf Champion are just too good off Elvish Visionary or Elvish Mystic. But cards like Ravenous Chupacabra and Vraska's Contempt and Cast Down and Deadweights, they still exist. I think like a mono black control is really good because it has the possibility to sort of switch gears towards control with like Argos, Bloodfast, Duresses. They have a lot of cards to actually combat the fog decks. I think fog decks will become big if green just decides to be, I'm just going to play green. I think green-black's also pretty smart, but I think that black is just a little more efficient than green-black. Because I think that heavier on the black end is better than being heavier on the green. People are going to try to still play Galta, Jade Light Ranger, Steel Leaf Champion, all the above. Alright, so my opponent's out of cards. I am almost out of cards. I got a removal spell. And Luminous Bond. This allows me to... Still don't want to attack in because I can lose this for... Yeah, this is still weird to attack in. I'm going to pass a turn. Getting in some Pokemon, huh? I tried Pokemon, and man, if you thought Variance in Magic was bad, ugh, Pokemon. There's two ways to play Pokemon. Crazy Legacy style, where you go through your entire deck to find exactly what you want, and then the terrible intro pack Pokemon. Oh, man, Pokemon is one of the worst experiences for new decks, I think. They're poorly constructed. There's way too much, like, evolve creatures in it, and you get stuck with being able to just, like, think Mana Screw's bad. You should try... I don't want to use a Price of Aim here. Yeah, let's pass. What's going on, Trumpet Man? Yep, just killing some time as well, because no one showed up for F&M. No one showed up for Modern F&M. Lovely. The Modern play group kind of like ate themselves. Like, first they didn't like us, now they don't like themselves. And so their Modern play group just completely imploded. I guess there's a big fight about rules. Like, someone was rules lawyering someone. And so now they hate each other. Fun! Magic players for you. Alright, the Boros Locket is going to be cracked to draw 2 cards. These are so much better than the Clue Stones and the what were the ones that were out of the cons block. Drawing 2 cards is actually worthwhile. No, Star Fury, Pokemon's all, like, think Legacy and even put Legacy on crack. It's, like, all about perfectly finding combos. Because what you end up doing is you start running, like, a bunch of Ancestral recalls. Like, it's a common in Pokemon to draw 3 cards. And there's a lot of them that go and get specific cards. It's, like, I'm not that familiar with Pokemon, but I've played it enough to, like, okay, this is pretty crazy. Like, a lot of turn 1s and turn 2s where, you know, you're dead. And alright, a Flying Mentor, 2/3. So the thing is, do I want to use Price of Fame or just kill it with the Artful? So what does this do? It becomes a 2/3, 1/1. Okay, that's good, yeah. Thought Eraser is actually worse, strictly worse than Price of Fame here because we can't let this guy actually... As long as you fail, he gets Death Touch and draw a card, yep. Yep, that's what we want to do. Okay, so I don't want either one. My opponent's just going to scoop it up even though they're not even close to being dead. So thank you for giving me a free game. And I somehow lost rating for winning that. But who cares about rating? Perp, you haven't even tried Arena Sealed yet? I thought you got into Arena like hardcore and you're like the new pro of Arena. I mean, I didn't expect you to play Arena. It doesn't have Brawl on it. I know Brawl is your thing, Perp. Love that multiplayer Brawl. That's how Perp rolls. King Cube Brawl Commander get kicked in the head. It's his favorite format. Weird hand. Burglar Rat's Hired Poisoner. I think it's keepable though. It's very on the verge. Again, we're kind of at the mercy of drawing blue. Or I don't know. This maybe is a. Ooh, now we're really bad shape. Hey, why are you knocking my microphone, Chloe? Jeez. Hey, of course we draw out. We draw it out this time though. That's good. Thought Eraser seems pretty early. So does Burglar Rat, but it might as well. Might as well. You know, this is the first Golgari, and this is my 5th sealed. This is the first Golgari deck I've gone up against. And it might not be Golgari. I've seen some splash in the colors. So much frickin' Boros. Boros. Ew. District Guide's good. Getting hostile over there, Perp. I'll have to sick Zach on you if you keep it up. Alright, we're going to let these go through the District Guide. And not quite sure. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, deals 1 damage, draw a card. That's worth countering. That's worth surveilling. I think that we don't want the 3rd. Yeah. We have 4 lands. We can cast the Night Veil Predator. Scrawny, have you seen my abs? Actually, I haven't worked out in a couple days now. There goes my cosplay efforts. But we've been busy here at the... Man, I need to quit getting in internet fights. That's all I've been doing is internet fighting with people in the past couple days. Not really Magic players, it's more store owners. Like, the amount of just, like... the best way to describe it is douchebags. Just these people that are already highly established, and you can tell that they've been losing... they've been losing profit margins to stores kind of similar to mine, what they call like clubhouse stores or just really small niche stores. And man, they are getting vile. Like a lot of them are cheering about this Amazon deal because it doesn't really affect their numbers. Okay, so I can go the Muse Drake. I actually think Muse Drake's the better card here. We could actually rip out a card. My opponent hasn't played anything for a while. They probably have good cards. I could go Gateway Plaza here as well. Gateway Plaza and Thought Erasure. That actually seems okay. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good route. Flexing on the internet, of course. That's what, yeah, gotta flex. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. And then, you know, people rub me the wrong way. I had a little bit of a Twitter spat with some know-it-all that thought she could tell me what I can and can't do with my sealed product. I can do whatever the hell I want with pre-release packs. I can do whatever the hell I want with the Planeswalker decks right now. The only thing I cannot do legally is sell them. That's it. Or give them to customers. And so opening up a pre-release pack the second I got it was perfectly within my rights. We already went through this with Rudy. So I'm not going to sit and listen to some punk that thinks she's, you know, God's gift because she's a girl. Oh my God, girl in Magic. Oh my God, gamer girl. Yeah, don't get me started on that topic. I will probably lose some fans. Just the thirst. The thirst in this community is so pathetic. It's pathetic beyond pathetic of how, based upon your genitalia, it's just, oh wow, like I think I'm the first person ever to put this person in their place and tell them just to shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a lowly store employee. You quit trying to start something with me on and also like it's a little bit kind of near and dear to my heart because people have like reported us before. People have threatened my business before just because they don't like me, especially people on the internet, you know, bad reviews, that type of stuff. And I'm sick of dealing with it. I'm sick of these people just, you know, live and let live. I have nothing to do with you. I'm, you know, hundreds of miles away. Chill out. If Magic players can learn one thing, it's chill out. Chill out. It's just a game. It's only a game. Why you got to be mad? That's an old meme. You guys can vote me for that old meme. Anyway, whew. See what happens. Purple gets here, and now I'm all angry. Talk about hate-filled degenerates. Get my poor Mormon blood going. All right, we have this Lurcher. It's kind of already done its thing. Probably worthwhile to still kill it, though. I'll keep getting in here with my Night Veil Predator. Deadly Visit, I think. Was my opponent gonna... We know of about a Prey Upon? Yeah. So I should have gone in with Burglar Rat. I don't know what I'm doing. What do we have in the graveyard? I think I keep them both on top. I think they're both pretty decent. So, did I say just decent? You guys can downvote me for saying decent, too. What's going on, Arya? Speaking of other people that get me into rage-filled modes, we have Arya here now. Jeez. This just got incredibly derailed. Alright, so we have a Crawl Swarm. We can just Vapors that, correct? No, we can't because we have no creatures in the graveyard. I can get in here with the Booger, though. And the Drake can block that, so we'll Drake it. But I don't know. It's just been one thing after another with this. Just really put me over the edge in the past couple weeks. Someone came in to my store today, walked all the way up the stairs, took a big giant crap in my bathroom, and then walked out. Didn't even come into the store. That's life. It's just everything's setting me off. Okay, we can go ahead and go Lazav. And Higher Poisoner, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't think I care about it. Yeah, I don't care about it at this moment. What happened? I have a Methodic Vapors. Why didn't I use that on the Crawl Swarm? Oh well. because I'm too busy raging at the internet. I heard the rats deck is actually pretty bad. Hi, word that I can't say dash word that I can't say. We'll call you Kutos Coot. I like your name though, by the way. But where's I going with all these thoughts? These thoughts. Playing Magic and trying to keep up a conversation. One more win, and we got this. Well, no, a lot of people talked about how rats... I'll show you my singleton that I built with just the cards that I just opened in the past little bit. I built green-white tokens, and when it goes up against rats, it just, of course, eats it alive. When you cast a spell called Spore Swarm, instant speed to kill 3 of their rats for 1, that's always fun. That's always fun. But yeah, I was talking about thirst, wasn't I? Why are you people so thirsty? Tasty Snackies. I always have to like yell at Tasty Snackies every time. I swear, whenever there's a female Magic player, Tasties falls in love for a bit with it. With did I just call it? Yeah, with... Zach says Zach's technically female, so why doesn't Tasty fall in love with Zach? Okay, let's go ahead and keep this. It's a pretty good one. And it's just... Judge people by their merit. If they deserve to be there, then they deserve to be there. But man, it's kind of what Unsleeve says. It's all these people cosplaying that are, you know, 5s trying to pretend they're 10s because they get in a male-dominated area, and that's why they're there. I understand some people, a lot more than some, a lot of people get into Magic because they enjoy the game, both male and female. But then there is that demographic that goes there because that's the one place that they can feel like they are important. And every hobby has them. Every stinking hobby has them. And it's annoying. And what's even worse is the guys, the people that expect their significant others to be mini-me's and then drag them along to things they don't enjoy, expect them to pick up their hobbies. I don't think I make this trade. Well, I'm okay with the people that exploit thirsty nerds when they know what they're doing. I'm perfectly okay with it, but it goes back to what Unsleeve got in a lot of trouble for, was calling the action out, was saying, okay, you can't say don't look at my body while explicitly flaunting your body and knowing that's the only reason that people are part of your Patreon. It's just dumb at that point. It's not, ooh, we could Vapors kill the Child of Night off. Is that worthwhile? I haven't used a Vapors up to this point. Or we could go Golgari, Guildgate. Yeah, that's fine. I think this is definitely an okay play. We could Thought Eraser and get a Gateway. We can go Golgari, Guildgate. Yeah, Golgari, Guildgate, and Vapors. Necrotic Wound. I think we'll keep both of them, but we'll Surveil like this. So again, Surveil works like Scry in this way. You can set up your library because it goes back on any order. Didn't I put it the other? Maybe you can't do it that way. I thought I put it the other way. Whoops. So yeah, the people that a person that knows what they have, flaunts what they have, accepts what they have, accepts that's why, people like them, I'm perfectly fine with that. It's the people that try to deny biology or know what they're doing, secretly know what they're doing, but then act like that's not. So, man, I don't even want to use the Deadly Visit, Surveil, Deadly Visit. I probably do need to use the Visit here, though. I hate to use it just on a Darkblade Agent, but that's definitely a card that can be problematic. Again, we'll keep both of these. Muse Drake is fine to put on top. Which one's on top where? Where are they going? Okay, if I put this one here, it goes on top. Yeah, because it flips back over. Is that what it's saying, Arena? Hey, oh no. Maybe Surveil doesn't work that way then. To look top is then put any number of them on the graveyard and the rest on top of the library in any order. I did it that way this time, and it put the wrong way, and then I did it the other way. I give up. Yeah, you can call me a misogynist. It's perfect. I'll own it. I'll own it. All right, so let's go. The Drake is kind of... The Drake at least absorbs this damage, though. I don't feel like using a Thought Erasure at Surveil 1. We know what's on top. That's fine. We still get a card out of my opponent's hand. Oh, no, yeah, now we use it. Duh, because we draw the card. Now it's great to Surveil. Jeez, I'm bad at this game. That was a good one to take. And Hired Poisoner can trade with their... Yeah, I can actually trade with their Death Toucher, so I'll keep it on top. A Massage Gymnast. I'll be a Massage Gymnast. I'll massage. The price is right. I will do anything. I will do anything. What did my opponent top deck into? That I just died to? A Necrotic Wound. Okay. So this is a good one here. We have... I guess I can do auto tap here. Predator. Hired Poisoner. And I'll keep up the Necrotic because I have 2 in the graveyard. Yeah, it's fine. So now I can Necrotic Ooze the Pitiless Gorgon. I don't think my opponent wants, yeah. I still think that... Oh, cancel, cancel, cancel. We don't want to do that. I have 1 in the graveyard. Why does it think I had 2 in the graveyard? Because he got exiled. That's why. Haha, almost wasted a card. My opponent's down to 17. Woohoo, we did some damage. This can come into play now. Maybe I should have kept that in my hand for some random discard. But I can still at least sort of use this. Nah, it's fine. Let the bids begin. Yeah, it's fine. I know my price. Like I said, man, everyone's got a price for everything. See, that's why I like starting these secondary channels that I'm going to do. Maybe I should make a non-branded channels, though, that I can... People don't associate. I think definitely one of my reasons why my channel hasn't grown is because of just the frothing of people that just can't tolerate my personality. I have people directly tell me that, by the way. I can't support you anymore. You said this. I'm like, okay. See you later. Yuck. Our deck is so bad. And I think we're going to end up going 7 with it. Which is funny, you should have seen my Izzet deck earlier. It was pure bustedness. Ral's Eric, so much removal. The entire deck was just removal.deck. And I lost one game to Night Veil Predator. That was one of the games I lost. Because I had all removal spells and no way to get rid of Night Veil Predator. And the other 2 games I lost was Boros. Because I stumbled on lands and Boros had a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop win. Do I care about Child? I don't think I do. I think I do like to get rid of a Gorgon. I don't think there's going to be a better target for the deadweight. All right, Veiled Shade coming down. Hey, feel free to think my views are wrong or weird or anything, but I mean, it's just I just expect the same courtesy that I give people. Believe in what you want. As long as you don't impose those beliefs on me. Look at that! Look at us! We end up going 7-1 while I was talking too much and I am paying attention. With all the misplays, with the kind of weak deck, we made it there. And the music is is messing up. So I'll show you my singleton right now. Maybe we'll play some constructed. Who wants to play some constructed with the crappy cards I have? I already spent all my wild cards on garbage. Yeah, I redeemed some mythic or some uncommons for murders, and then I forgot. I'm like, Ravenous Chupacabra exists. I could have just got those instead. All right, let's see what we open up. Dun 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 dun. We get a free draft off of this. We get open. Open. Oh no, I can't open them here. We get a Guild of Ravnica pack first. Oh, that is all we have is Guild of Ravnica. Necrotic Wound is a guild. Gate. Who cares? Gruesome Menagerie. So choose a creature card with current cost 1, 2, and 3 and return the... Ooh! I could possibly make that worthwhile. What 1-drops are good? Do you know what? I want to make a Surveil deck. And this would work perfectly in the Surveil deck because it gets back your 2/2. It gets back your 1/1 flyer. Or your 1/2 flyer, or your 1/1 flyer. Either one of them, if you use both of them. And then it also gets back, like, your payoff 3 mana. Probably pretty bad, but I don't know. Maybe not. Cool card. I still need to do a top 10 list of cards I want to brew around from this set. Still trying to finish off my top 10 cards that I'm going to miss. A Narcomoeba, I'm sure I'll be brewing with Narcomoebas, so that's a good one to pick up. Then I'll have to root 2. We get an uncommon, too, that I can redeem. I redeemed all my rares, too, and I shouldn't have. Should have redeemed my rares for hostage takers. Darkblade Agent, for example, if I want to make the Surveil deck. That card's pure garbo. This is going to be another Desolator Magic card where he's going to talk about how this card's busted, and then realize you have to untap with it and spend 3 mana. This deck's going to break standard! It's Champion Aronis all over again. Think of all the things you can cast for 3 mana and just win the game! Derp! I better be nice. There's probably a lot of Desolator fans in here. I don't mind the guy. He just spazzes out a lot of times on nonsense. Still want to do a little bit of a video I want to do with Tasty is the top 10 cards that Desolator Magic has predicted would ruin Standard. What is it? They got the horse, the indestructible horse, the one that makes tokens. That was going to ruin Standard. Champion Aronis was going to ruin Standard. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Whoo-wee. All right. Let's go to the... What do you guys want to see? We could do another draft. We did get a free draft there. We can earn a new deck tomorrow. What decks do we have? They gave us the deck we got today was pretty garbo. Chaos and Mayhem. What did this one even have in it? Has a bunch of just... Hey, we got Shocks. It's Trash Master. Ooh, a Rekindling Phoenix is what that one gave us. And a Siege Gang Commander. So here's the deck I got right now. Like 2 decks right now that I'm... This is how you grind Arena. Like, I'll be doing drafts for the longest time because it's the best, like, EV to get cards and not have to, like, redeem stuff. Especially when we get Ixalan. I'll probably be doing Ixalan like crazy with any sort of gold and be highly picking up the dual lands. Unless they start giving them in decks. I don't know if they will. So, this was my singleton deck. Out of just the cards you kind of start with, plus, like, 1 or 2 drafts, I believe. So, a lot of 1-drops. This works really well against the rat decks and works really well against decks that are trying to beat the rat deck. Healer's Hawk, Hunted Witness, Sky Merchant Aspirant, Llanowar Elves. The Flourish is a pump spell. Baffling End removal, Seal Wave from removal. Not a lot of removal. Knight of Grace, Pride of Conquerors, Silverbeak Griffin. So you can see that it's a very low curve to try to get some stuff out. And then you can kind of go over top with the bigger rare stuff. You know, Mending of Dominaria was a card I opened up. Did it come with one of the decks? I can't remember if I opened it up in one of the packs that you get for starting Arena. Galta comes with it. Aggressive Mammoth, I believe, comes in the Precon deck. Sarah's Guardian comes in a Precon deck. Yeah, Inspiring Commander comes in the start of it. This one works pretty good. I did a sealed and completely won the sealed, but the prize for sealed is pretty terrible. Like, I don't think it's worth your time. It's free. You win at least an uncommon for 2 wins, at least a rare for 3 wins, and at least 1 rare and 1 uncommon for 4 wins. So again, it's good to grind out your early prizes if that's all you're doing. Arena is very capable of going from no cards to tier decks within a month or so. Like, I did it when I spent some money on Arena. I did it for a live stream. I dropped $100 in here and just saw how far $100 would get us. And that was kind of a boring ass video. I kind of regret it. But I do have all of the gems redeemed or are reimbursed when they wiped it. But the best way to do it is you just grind out your dailies. You definitely want to do your dailies every day until about, yeah, I'd say around this win is about where it really starts to fall off. And then as soon as you have 5,000, you want to do the drafts. You do not want to spend the gems on the drafts. Where is the draft? Like Core Set 2019. You always want to wait until you have 5,000 coins, because the only thing you can use coins for is packs, and you might as well, you get a better value if you want to do a draft. But you'd get, what, 5 packs? With this, you get an automatic 3 packs, and all you have to do, oh, you get 4 packs, automatic 4 packs for 5,000, and you get to pick the cards, and then you start to get at least, 100 gems here, 200 gems. You could actually have a 22% to get a bonus pack, 24% to get a bonus pack, and so it's just really worthwhile to go this route, in my opinion, rather than spending on just pure packs. Just wait for the drafts and draft accordingly that way. The way that drafts are set up at the moment, they also have you get dual lands past quite a bit. Like, you can pick up dual lands very late because it's just robots drafting, and dual lands aren't good in sealed. And that's a good way to, if you're looking for specific packs like Ixalan or Dominaria just to get the dual lands, that's the better way to go with it. All right, so the deck that I have right now that I have been playing to pretty good success is this Dimir deck. I am going to change it, though, because the Trata is not nearly as good in Constructed as it is in Limited, but I've had 2 from just different seals. I think I have 3 now. Yep, I do have 3. I don't know if 3 is where I want to be. It's going to be a hostage taker's placeholder at the moment. I can probably cut like a murder, but this is just typical. Okay, everyone's going to build mono green. Well, I'm going to kill everything they do every turn. So I've got like Disdainful Strokes to counter any massive targets later on. Not a lot of card draw at the moment. We got three Thief of Sanities. All of these I end up in my sealed. Mnemonic Betrayal is actually quite weak. It's more of a sideboard card. I'm going to cut this one for now. It was just something that could be a finisher, but a couple finishers I was able to is just like a Dream Eater, an Eldest Reborn, and a Demon Lord Belzenlock. All those are fine to finally get there. Like Ravenous Chupacabra should probably be here instead of Vitrata, but this was just after a few sealeds, after redeeming some uncommons, and like you're going to use cast downs later on in plenty of decks. Those are a great redeem target with your uncommons. I redeemed my rares for Vraska's Contempt because how many brews are going to be using Vraska's Contempt going forward? So got him out of the way. Very, very powerful card. Takes care of the Ashcloud Phoenix if people are going to go to the Ashcloud Phoenix. It's fine. Also redeemed Eldest Reborns. I thought that was I think this is a pretty strong card in the meta. And then you just kind of like fill it up with fillers that can work. That's kind of how I started with the way I did it last time when I did the grind. So I'm looking at like a Surveil deck to be pretty good. If you get these Thoughtbound Phantasms, there are 2/2 for 1 mana. In Limited, these have been very, very good, and I think in Constructed they're also going to be good because they're going to come out as just a roadblock for both red and green, and be quite aggressive if you actually do have some Surveil enablers like the Nightvale Sprite. And then there are plenty of other Surveil cards that can get there. So Narcomoebas could even go in a deck like that. I don't think they're worth it at the moment. You probably want a way to throw more things in the graveyard than that. I'm thinking of actually going like an Underrealm Lich deck with both the Phoenix and the Narcomoebas, and then just a bunch of spells. So if you cast 3 spells, you get that 3/2 Phoenix back. And that's actually a pretty powerful card. But you can kind of see my pool where I've kind of gone with this. There, you could throw in something like Zahid. Even a 5/6 for 6 mana is reasonable at this state in the game. Something like Riddlemaster Sphinx, of course, is a little bit better. You start with one of these as well. But I'm going to show you a game of this. We're starting to lose people watching the stream because I guess it's about pre-release time and no one wants to see Constructed. Gruesome Menagerie is definitely an awesome card to try to work around too. That's a cool brew card. But did we get anything else? I don't remember if I got anything that was too. This card too, by the way. If you have this in your sealed pool, Disinformation Campaign, oh wow, in a Surveil deck, this card's crazy good. But okay, I think that's that. Don't think we want Nightvale Predators. I actually don't like this one in Constructed. Flying Death Touch Hexproof for 4 mana? Seems a bit rough. I know it trades with everything, though. But I'd rather have something like Atrata, the Silencer. Get some value. Possibly not. Maybe this is just bad. You have to. It's a 3/5 for 4. Plays a good defensive route, and then can get rid of something. Huh. Maybe the Predators are just better in this slot. A 3/3 flyer, hexproof. Yeah. I think they are. So Atrata, I just thought Atrata would be kind of cool if everyone's playing green and you have multiple copies of Atrata. It's only 3 exiles. All you need is hit cards. They don't have to be the same. Yeah, they're not the same Atrata. A player loses the game if they own 3 or more exile cards with hit counters. So I think it's giving the hit counters those claws, so that it will be permanently attached to those counters. Have that kind of embedded in. This is another cool card I like on Mortigo. It's gonna be really good against the Teferi decks later on. Glad I was able to draft one. I don't know, I need to find one other cards. We could run like a Notion Rain just for some card draw. Or another Thought. Like Thought Eraser's not bad either. Man, Surveil actually looks pretty good as a mechanic. Got the Deadweights. Deadweights are great uncommons to redeem as well. I'll just do a Notion Rain. All right, let's play a game. Let's play a freebie game. See how bad all the... What's the difference between competitive play and... Should we try a competitive play? What are people... I'm thinking that in competitive play, there's already people that... Let's just beat noobs. Have already redeemed like an entire boatload of gems and spent them all. See, this is another thing you need to avoid. If you are going to spend money in Arena, don't just blow these gems right away. Just use them to draft. Use them to draft. Pick up the cards you want. You still get your dailies by playing in draft. You still get, the rewards are worth your time to do so. Eureka, you should move off to Fairy because that deck is so boring to play against. Okay, so let's start off with a Swamp. And man, we are lagging bad. My stream might die just because of maybe Arena's back to... The longer you're on Arena, the more it keeps running data in the background and not refreshing. Llanowar Elves is something I don't know if we need to take care of Llanowar Elves. Slow it down. I am going to slow it down. Yeah, I don't know if that's the right play. But seems all right. Let's get the Thief out. Opponent missed a land drop, so it definitely was the right play. Yeah, the thing is, I'm going to miss a lot of my decks. Like, I really miss... Well, I really... Like, there's some cool cards I'd like to put in, like, both Oketra's and Aronis' Monument. I think this is the exact same... Like, we're going to murder the Llanowar. No, we can Syncopate. I think Syncopating is better. We'll wait for some options, of course, off the Thief. This card's actually pretty good. We have a Vine Mare, a Llanowar Elf, and a Route. Goes and gets two lands. These are all pretty good targets. I think, at this point, I think the Vine Mare, of course, is a card we'd want. And, yep, we can just end a turn. I can Syncopate whatever my opponent tries to put out. I can... Chemister's Insight. This was just a filler. I should probably actually put a Notion Rain instead of a Chemister's Insight. Thrashing Brontodon. I don't care about a Thrashing Brontodon. It doesn't have reach. It does... I can murder it next turn. So Syncopate it, no. Murder it, no. I think I'm just going to Chemister Insight. I don't. It's not a threat, so I'm not going to syncopate it. One of the things control players do is they throw the they're too gung ho to see. Here's the right play. I think the right play is actually to just cast down the land or elf. Still missing land drops. Hold syncopate up. We should have done it afterwards because Thief of Santa could find us something we might want to cast more. But too many people would have just countered something there. And see now, yeah, Steel of Champions fine to put out. My opponent's still stuck where they were the turn before. Thrashing Bronton was the best play they could have done last turn. They did hit a land, but now they're looking at just another 3-drop. Is all. Man, at least they don't have to draw Land Wars anymore. Blanchwood Armor is fine. I'll take the damage, of course. Opponent didn't attack in. So this just allows us to murder it. I'm just going to, of course, attack with the Thief first. Still doesn't have reach. No, we want to get in for some damage. So we'll hold priority. What the? It doesn't let you hold priority into attacks? Wow. I have to somehow put a... I guess I should have shifted it there. My bad. I thought I would, on declare attacks, would stop it and allow for... Since I have a murder in my hand. But that obviously does not work that way on Arena. Oh well. Opponent gets to absorb some damage. And we'll take a Thrashing Brontodon. My opponent's getting very low on lands. So this seems like a legit deck that my opponent's come up with. As far as like power level of cards. We have Thrashing Bronton, Thrashing Brontodon. See, this is another thing people are talking about, like how good green is with the Circuitous Route. That's Explosive Vegetation. It's like better than Explosive Vegetation. We'll just Disdainful Stroke it. I think that Disdainful Stroke's a little bit easier to get rid of than Syncopate's more flexible. My opponent will just scoop it up. So yeah, so like I've always been a fan of blue-black tempo, and blue-black tempo did have some play. They were more Scarab God based decks though, and I was never a fan of that stupid card. I don't like to play extremely broken cards, so I tend to kind of, I mean, hence the name Rogue Deck Builder. I've never been able to play good decks in my entire career. That's been my problem. Remember when I borrowed my friend's Jund deck, I top-8'd the Super Sunday series, but unfortunately the top 4, which was kind of dumb that the top 8 didn't get to go. They took the top 4 of the 2 tournaments, the draft and the constructed. Took my friend's tier 1 deck, and then, you know, of course, top 4 at a 300-man tournament, or top 8 at a 300-man tournament, because I actually played a legit deck rather than handicapping myself with some garbage deck that I always play. But anyway, I've always liked blue-black tempo, but not in the way of Scarab God. So it'll be kind of fun to play the Thief. I like the Thief, and there's a like Hostage Taker Thief. Seems like a pretty good 1-2 punch. That creates a lot of pressure and also starts using your opponent's cards against it. So, all right. So it's getting kind of close to my pre-release starting. We'll play a little bit more. Maybe should we try to throw this through a whole league? What kind of rares do I have? I don't have any rares. I wanted a Hostage Taker. Is there a mythic? Like the demon? See, the Surveil deck, I could redeem a bunch of the demons, and we're almost there with Surveil. The 6/6 for 5-mana demon, but I don't want to blow these mythics. Uncommon, I could get a Ravenous Choop instead of something here. I'm trying to think if Notion Rain is just strictly better than Chemister's Insight, or if Chemister's Insight is better than Notion Rain. To be honest, I'm not a fan of either. Or just like another... I think 3 Disdainful Strokes and 4 Syncopates is probably the right number. I don't need something like Demon Lord. Yeah, I don't feel like we need anything with that uncommon. Unfortunately, like the mana base is garbage in here, but control decks at least have a better ability to utilize tap lands. I'm gonna get rid of a Chemister's Insight. We're gonna go another Notion Rain. Trying to really figure out how, like, it feels like Read the Bones, and typically blue decks don't need these type of abilities. You have, like, you know, Anticipate type stuff, draw 2 cards. I think this deck does want some sort of card draw, but our card draw really comes off of the Thief of, like, the Thieves. And Guess we could, like, we could redeem another Nightvale Predator. And, like, the Eldritch Reborn is huge card advantage. I don't need these high-end cards to begin with, but... Yeah, I don't even know if I need the Dream Eater or... This is a card I was testing out to see the power level it. I actually do like the power level of Dream Eater. The return to an online permanent with Flash is... Like, this card sort of feels like a toned-down Torrential Gearhulk, because sometimes you can kill a blocker and return a card to its hand and get some value off of Surveil 4. So it's like you're always flashing back a bounce a permanent and Surveil 4. Whatever I think that's about a 3 mana worth spell. So you're kind of reducing the Dream Eater down to about a 3 mana for a 4/3 flying flash. Is what maybe you could put it like a 4, which is really undervalued. And so yeah, I definitely like Dream Eater for that, but I'm not sure it works in this deck if I'd rather just have like a Nightvale Predator. I do want some sort of way to close the game out. And Dream Eater can like bounce back bindings. It can bounce back for at least a turn. And the Surveil is probably not where this deck wants to be. I think I'm just going to cut my high end and put 2 more Notion Rains in for some more card draw. And this will have a... So let's just run it through. I don't know how many people actually play Constructed. I don't know how many games I'll get into, too, because I got to start preparing for my pre-release. It's coming up in an hour. Ooh. Yeah, let's hurry up and do this. Let's see. Let's go to Constructed Event, I think is the one that I like. This is 500 coins. Yeah, 500 coins. And we'll pick the Dimir. And we'll go for it. Yeah, I don't quite want to do a draft again. Another sealed. Or maybe we won't do anything if Arena clogs up. Unknown, I usually play in the pre-releases. It's not too hard to run it. Like, our store is incredibly small. And yeah, that's one of the problems with this move to Amazon. Like, we are almost exclusively Magic, and it made sense when we got into the business. But with a dwindling player base and then just margins that we just can't really live off of, the store is going to have to really go down in store hours. But the whole reason why we started this place is that we had a place to play. So, of course, I play in my pre-releases. I play in my FNMs because I want to play. That's why we started a store. I don't know if Arena's going to work here. We're back to this, huh? All right, so we'll go ahead and keep this. It's kind of weird with the 2 tap lands, but we don't have anything that we're running. Sean, I don't like the card for Soul Sisters. I think it's too slow. I don't know, maybe for the sideboard against grindy control decks if they ever get there, but the thing is, like, Soul Sisters is already good against grindy. Like, that, it's meant for grindy matchups. When I look at the card, it's just not... It's not feasible for Soul Sisters. Yeah, Arena loads pretty quickly. Like, it had a data loss problem at the beginning of Arena where if you play the Arena for a certain amount of time, pretty soon it'd be running your entire CPU. And then so you'd have to restart your computer. And so for streaming, of course, that was pretty annoying. So, okay, here's the thing. I can wait. We're coming up in Standard against a Restless Swiftclaw, which is actually a pretty good play against what we're doing. So if I play the tap land, we have a turn where I can do something. If I play the Syncopate, nope, just play a tap land. Alright, I can't die to a Swiftclaw Daybreak Chaplain. With my constructed deck, Disdainful Stroke's going to be bad in this. Alright, so we pass the turn. Yeah, we pass the turn, I can murder the Swiftclaw. Or I can syncopate a bigger threat if it's like a Leonin, if it's the other cat. Yeah, I don't necessarily care. Taking damage versus a 3/3. We can't murder. I think I have to take care of this. Taking 4 damage here. We have some time to really mess around, though. I'd like to draw land here. That's not where I want to be. Kind of want a Notion Rain, just so I can... Yeah, I need lands. This is going to hurt. Okay, we want them both. So that ended up being... just to draw 2 cards, lose 2 life card, but... we have Vraska's Contempt that can sort of stabilize us. Thing is, we're taking pressure each turn, which is not where we want to be. There's another Murder, which doesn't do a lot. We can hold back, though. Yeah, I don't want to cast this because it only blocks potentially one of them. I don't want to do Eldest Reborn because it's just Daybreak, and then I go to a 2. So we need to do Vraska's Contempt. Right? Yeah. On a Swift Claw? That is such a feel bad. Yeah, I don't care about that. Can't quite double Murder. That is a big feel bad. Contempt on a Swift Claw. And... jeez. Arena just definitely crashed it up there. Deadweight is a perfect card to play here because now we deadweight the Wind Mage. Nightveil Predator's fine to put here. Yeah, it's hexproof. See, yeah, chat, I don't know. Chat would be okay. I'm okay with the chat. I'm okay either way. I'd like at least a way to chat with your buddies, for sure, or communicate with those that want to opt into a communicate mode. Do we just Eldest Reborn here? Feels pretty terrible getting rid of a Field Creeper with an Eldest Reborn. And we have to hold this back. That's 6 life with our deck. Maybe we should put some sort of... we need like we need like a... what's the 2/3 Death Touch Lifelink card? Would be perfect for this tempo deck. I wonder if there's something in that. I think I'm in a Notion Rain here. It puts me down to 4, but it's a white-blue deck, so I don't have to worry about burn. There's no friends list at the moment either. Do I want to hit land drops and a deadweight? I think I can put both of these in the graveyard. And pass the turn. I will get back a... probably end up getting back... can't syncopate it. My opponent can pay for it. But that gives me the best target, in my opinion, to get back. I think it's a little bit better over the prowess. That's embarrassing. We get a Aviation Pioneer of our Eldest Reborn. Woo. That's with control deck. Control deck kind of scale with the opponent you're playing. That anything's a threat, and especially when you're trying to use their threats against them. I still can't really attack in. Let's pass the turn. Yeah, friends list, to be able to play games against your friends. The ability to Goldfish would even be great. A better layout for deck building would be absolutely wanted. We're using Murders on Daybreak Chaplains, everyone. Woo-wee! We got some damage in from opponent down to 20 to an 18. One of the things, too, about Arena, I probably shouldn't have built a control deck for the first thing. Because it's just going to be, it's going to take more time to grind out. Like, Arena's all about the grind early until you can start making decks. Take vengeance on the... Sure, I'll let that happen. We're going to murder your field creeper because I haven't seen anything better in your deck. I guess you weren't done with your turn. But, yeah, see how long it's taken me to win this game. We're on a high turn. One thing I liked about, like, Vizier of the Menagerie and the Vizier deck and, like, the Oketcher's Monument deck and the even Metalwork Colossus deck is all of those killed my opponent very quick, like turn 5, turn 6 usually. And they did a very good job stabilizing against aggro decks. So it was kind of the best of both worlds. You're playing against a bunch of people that were trying to grind quick, and you were also... So you're beating them, or at least having good matchups versus them, and you're also playing a deck that can finish off the game very quickly. So if you play like Teferi, you play Scarab God, you play those type of cards, then, I mean, it takes a while to win the game. So I pretty much won this game. I just have to get my opponent down to that damage. Meteor Golem is going to be syncopated. I don't know why a Meteor Golem is in the deck with a bunch of 7 or 2 drops and whatnot. No! Arena froze! There we go. Yeah, I think this probably be my last game here. I think Arena's about ready to give up the ghost. So it's down with its bat. It's back to the data loss problem it was having earlier on. Or it's just my crappy internet. We can finish this off. I'm gonna actually have to eat some food too, and then clean and get everything ready for the pre-release. Hope everyone has a fun pre-release. They are the most fun part of Magic, in my opinion. And we get our first win with this deck against a person that definitely shouldn't be queuing up in a constructed queue. But anyway, yeah, Arena is not even budging here into the win. So, any last parting questions, comments, concerns, complaints? Tell me what a terrible person I am. That is your time right now. Appreciate everyone that might be new to the channel or new to the live streams. I don't live stream a lot, so don't be expecting live streams. Way too busy at the moment. I really want to revamp my channels. So first of all, Rogue Deck Builder, you'll see some higher content on there. Like if you haven't checked out the Walking Ballista video, highly recommend you check out the Walking Ballista video. It's like 5 down for where we're at right now. I put a lot of time into that, and it's YouTube throttled it back. Had a couple box openings and rant videos since then. That's not what I want Rogue Deck Builder to be going forward. Rogue Deck Builder is going to be my channel that I can just do whatever the hell I want. I can get on and rant about stuff. I can get on live stream. I can get on and pick my nose. I can have whatever guests I want. That's Rogue Deck Builder. That's kind of the channel that I've set up for myself and grinded all the way to 30K subs. The 2 channels that I really want to be more anal about content-wise, are the Rogue Market, which is already live, which gives more on-the-point financial advice, and it's edited, so you don't have my long-winded rambles about me trying to... Like, one of the things I do with the the Market Monday is I pick a topic, and I don't rehearse it, and I just try to mull it over in my own head while I'm talking about it. And a lot of people love that format. A lot of people don't. So I created the Rogue Market, which is just point by point by point. It's rehearsed, it's edited, I've done the research beforehand, and it's going strong. It's just Google Rogue Market or Google Rogue Roundup. It should direct you to the channel, or just look in the my channels will have it on the channel page. And yeah, so if you like that sort of stuff, that's the channel definitely for you. And I think that it's going to have a lot more potential to grow than something like this. I know that I am at a pretty high 30,000 subs, but I'd rather start a new channel without all the distractions, without all the setbacks, without all the people subscribing or unsubscribing for whatever reasons, and then have that niche be a very, very focused point. And then I'm going to come up with another channel. Don't know what we're going to call it yet. that will have guests, but it will still be the same format. It'll be very, very similar to the Walking Ballista video. So it's going to be a deck tech, maybe some gameplay footage, and it's all going to be nice and edited and clean. And I think that that'll have the ability for this channel to grow rather than stagnate like it's been doing in the past couple months, even to a year. I think I hit 30,000 subscribers like a year, not a year ago, but I hit almost it very long time ago. And then my channel's just been stagnant since then. So eventually those two channels I have high hopes for. Of course, they'll all just be kind of thrown into the Rogue Deck Builder brand. You can still find the videos up at like Rogue Deck Builder if Arya will post them. Arya, where's the Rogue Roundup? Arya, I think I need to send you the images for them. But anyway, yeah, that's the goal for that channel. And then you might see some other channels pop up, but YouTube is being brutal right now for people with sporadic content like me, because you can see how my channel's been. I'll get really busy, post a ton of videos, and then it'll be like 2 weeks and then I won't do a video. The reason behind that is kind of how it's been this week, where I spend 5 hours, 5+ hours. I probably spent like, I don't know, 5 to 10 hours on that Walking Ballista video. It started petering off around the 300 to 400 views. For 30,000 subscribers to get 400 views is absolutely horrendous. Then the next day I ranted about local game stores and it gets 5,000 views. Then the next day I rant again about local game stores, it gets another 5,000 views. Both of these unscripted, point and shoot, didn't even have it, didn't rehearse it, just got on and whined, and it gets tons of views. Then I did a box opening or previous kit opening, and it gets 15,000 views. And so it's just very frustrating as a content creator when you put your heart and soul into some videos and YouTube throttles them back, or for whatever reason people aren't just clicking and watching them, and then the low quality, poor content videos get pushed by YouTube, and then people watch it, and it gets frustrating, and then I'm like, screw this crap, I'm done, and then I'll take a couple weeks, and then I'm like, I built something, but may as well stick with it. So that's kind of been the last 2 years, I would say, on YouTube, but kind of refocused for sure. Open for everyone's ideas on what they'd like to see. I know a lot of you want to get back to gameplay. Gameplay's tough to do, but it's because it's a lot of time. And then if I actually want to do it kind of like Magic Aid style, that's a lot of editing. And it's something that I'm not too interested in showcasing unless I have a really good deck that I want to show. People have talked about going back to Modern, possibly. If Assassin's Trophy does turn it more into a fair format, I might go back to Modern, but I'm not one to want to play against Storm and Scapeshift and Tron all day long. It's not my cup of tea. And I haven't liked Modern for a long time. But one of my favorite parts of Modern was when Jund and Jeskai tempos were both really big. Those were some of my favorite times of Magic, and that's exactly when Soul Sisters really thrived. You had to still be a good Soul Sisters player, because a lot of people would have bad matchups versus both Jund and Jeskai. You had to know exactly when to play certain cards. You had to know how to bait your opponents out of using their premier removal spells on non-threats and then holding back the right threats. And it was fun. It was really fun environment to outplay your opponent. It's where I look for Magic the most, is that ability to outplay, and that's what I get the most out of Magic, is A, deck building, B, the ability to see angles that some people don't, and go for them. Not angle shoot. Don't get that confused. But yeah, so that's my goal. We have a lot of things going for us at Rogue Deck Builder. You can always check out the Patreon for more up to date. You don't even have to be like a patron member to view the posts. Everything's public there. But a lot of times I'll post what I'm working on over there. If you are interested in supporting Patreon, I try to give back as much as possible. It's not an e-bag. It's kind of a you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Looking for cheap Magic products, I'm your guy. Go check that out if you're looking for sealed product. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I've got going on. Enjoy your pre-releases. Definitely, if you have a local game store, they really need to purchase right now, especially if they're a smaller niche one. It's getting really tough for people to have play space to justify that play space with kind of how the directions Wizards been going. So you might see a lot of game stores just kind of go back to the window shopper mode, where they have maybe 1 or 2 tables and that's that. Don't really run events, just have a ton of product to try to get by. Hopefully the era of the actual playing game stores can definitely come back with a vengeance. So that's why we're keeping the doors open here in case it does. If not, for now, we'll run the lucrative events like pre-releases, FNMs, Commander Days, things like that. And yeah. Any parting questions before I get out? I don't know if I missed any, but appreciate all the support lately. With all the shenanigans that have been going on, with all the discouragement that's been going on, there's probably been ample or double amount of encouragement from all these who've stuck with me for as long as you have. But all right, I'm gonna go clean for since there's no questions, I'm gonna go clean for the pre-release and actually eat some cold pizza. I didn't even finish my first pizza here. I've been talking my mouth off here and had a lot of fun. We'll have to jump on and stream again sometime. Thanks for watching.